Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we're in a different setup. We are in my kitchen, and that's because we're going to be meal prepping for this week. Well, for Monday through Friday, because that's how I usually meal prep my meals. And I will go ahead and meal prep some lunch and dinner, and I'll do like breakfast smoothies or something like that for the morning. So we're going to go ahead and just jump right into my meal prep. This is like getting our mommy body back in shape and getting better, and this is kind of like the food that I gear towards when I'm trying to meal prep and stuff like that. I already lost 5 pounds. I don't know if you can tell. I gained half of that back because I had chocolate raisins by my bed, but that's okay. Slow and steady wins the race. We're getting there. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into my meal prep. I have here some salmon that I actually got from Sprouts. And what we're gonna do, and I do have like some potatoes, we have asparagus and all of that, so we're gonna go ahead and start meal prepping our food. So we're gonna take some foil and we're gonna go ahead and line our baking sheet, okay? So line. And we're going to take our salmon, and I have just like a pound of salmon that I got from the grocery store, and he peeled that for me. So we're just gonna kind of stick that in there. And what we're gonna do is take some coconut oil, take a little bit of oil, just so it kind of like doesn't stick to our little pan here. It's like a tablespoon of coconut oil, and put that on there. Yum, right? I know. So let's flip that bad boy over. And I'm only gonna put oil on one side, so like I said, it doesn't stick to our pan. This is not big enough. Okay, so after I've gone ahead and in the oil, we're gonna season our salmon, and let's do onion powder. Let's do onion powder, blah. Onion powder and garlic powder, and what, like salt and pepper? Do you want us to do salt and pepper? Okay, let's do salt and pepper. So we have our garlic powder. This is just like market pantry garlic powder. I'm just gonna drizzle some of that all over there. And then we're also gonna take some onion powder. We're also gonna take some salt and pepper. Now, I know you're like, dang, Dominique, that's a lot of seasoning, but girl, it's only on this side, so don't trip. And you don't want your food tasting super nasty, otherwise you ain't gonna eat it. It's like super just bland and blah. Like meal prepping can get kind of just like blah, because you're eating the same thing like every day, so might as well make it taste good, but like a little bit less fattening, right? Kind of. So instead of olive oil or vegetable oil, we use coconut oil, right? And then instead of seasoning the whole thing, we only seasoned one side. So yeah, pretty much better. 425-degree oven for about 15 minutes. Okay, so while all that is going, we're gonna go ahead and get our potatoes going, okay? So I have 2 bags of potatoes. This is just like the baby yellow potatoes. I got these at Sprouts as well. And I'm gonna go ahead and start just cutting that bad boy open. So, well, not like cutting the potatoes open. Oh my god! Potatoes almost fell all over the place. Okay. So, yep. That's how you do it. All up in there. All up in that sink. All that soap. Why not, right? What is life without getting your food in the sink? Okay, so let's rinse off our potatoes as good as you can, or as well as you can. Gonna rinse. So what we're gonna do is just start prepping our potatoes. So we're just gonna cut our potatoes in half because I don't need to eat this whole potato, and I could like divide this much better through my containers if I just cut them in half or cut them in quarters, however you feel. And I'm just gonna go ahead and cut mine in half. And if you were curious to know, this meal prep is gonna be about 1,300 calories, and I follow MyFitnessPal, and they told me that if I eat 1,300 calories or so with a little bit of exercise, I'm gonna look like Beyonce by the end of this month. So we'll see how that goes. So okay, so we've gone ahead and cut our potatoes, and we're actually going to we're going to bake those off as well. So once our salmon's done baking, we're gonna take that out and then swap this out. I want to put our potatoes a little bit higher, maybe like on 450. So we're gonna wait for our salmon to finish up, and then we're gonna get back to these potatoes. Okay, so I just took our salmon out, and right now I'm just gonna toss all of our potatoes into our pan here. And we're just gonna drizzle a little bit of our melted coconut oil over it, like a tablespoon, and just mix all of that together. Give that a nice mix so it's all nice and coated. God, no! How dare you try to escape your fate? I know you're like, dang, Dominique, you just picked up that potato off the floor. Girl, you know I clean my house. My floor is nice and clean, so don't trip. Okay. So we got that. After we've gone ahead and mixed everything with the oil, we're gonna go ahead and take our seasoning salt or salt and pepper, whatever you'd like, or you can just leave it as is. So I'm gonna drizzle a little bit of that. So now we're gonna go ahead and take our potatoes and put that in a 450-degree oven for like 25 to 30 minutes, just depending how quick they cook. We kind of just want to check on them and like poke them with like a straw poke them with like a fork and just kind of just see if they're good or not, you know. So while the potatoes are going, I'm boiling some eggs right now. I'm boiling 5 organic brown eggs to go with our lunch. So right now, while we're waiting for potatoes, we're gonna go ahead and work on our asparagus and our broccoli. So let's head over to the stove. Okay, so I have my eggs. They're all nice and boiled. And we're gonna go ahead and start to saute, and we're gonna saute our asparagus and our broccoli. And what we're gonna do is we're just going to get our coconut oil, and we're gonna do, yes, you guessed it, a tablespoon into our pan here and get that going. And you're going to take your broccoli. I'm gonna wash this. This is not broccoli, this is asparagus, Dominique, get your life. So I'm gonna take our asparagus and we're gonna go and wash it really quick. So we're just gonna rinse our broccoli. What is this? A stick? Ugh, what the heck? That's weird. Oh, okay. So just kind of like wash our as well as you can. It's fine. It's gonna cook off in the pan anyways, but rinse. So now we're just going to cut off the ends of our asparagus. And oh God. Alright, so we're gonna have to go ahead and split that up. Because that just didn't happen. There it is. Get off, get off. Okay, so we're gonna just go ahead and saute our asparagus. Keep the lid on. So now we're gonna take our broccoli. I just have some organic broccoli here. And I'm gonna take off the tail end of that part as well, or the root end of that. And these I'm actually going to boil. So I'm gonna boil this broccoli right here because it's quicker. I'm not gonna boil it too long, just to get it a little bit al dente, because you don't want to boil off too much of the nutrients, right? So we're gonna put that right here and get that going on a nice, whoops, wrong fire. There it is. So we're gonna boil that for about 20 minutes. And our asparagus is nice and al dente too right now. So let's take that off. Look at that. So yum, right? I know. So our asparagus is al dente, our broccoli is going, and our eggs are now finished. I'm just letting them cool down, and our potatoes are still going in the oven. So while all that's going, I'm just gonna tidy up and clean up a little bit.
I know she'll be the death of me, at least we'll both be numb. And she'll always get the best of me, the worst is yet to come. But at least we'll both be beautiful and stay forever young. This I know, yeah, this I know. She told me don't worry about it. She told me don't worry no more. We both know you can't go without. She told me
we're back, and I have our broccoli here. They're all nice and al dente, so I poured them into our strainer, poured out the water. So right now we're gonna make some quinoa, and this is just the Near East quinoa rosemary and olive oil blend. And we're gonna go ahead and just, really simple, really easy, just grabbed it from the box. This I got from Sprouts. It was like $2 or something like that, and we're gonna use this for our dinner. So we're gonna cook this and just follow the instructions on the container. Super easy, right? So 1 1/3 cups of water. So we're gonna bring that to a boil. So we're gonna pour our mixture in. And stir that a little bit. And pour that bad boy in there. Yum! And mix that. Let's turn our fire down. Turn our fire down to medium. Mix all of that up. Nice, nice, nice. So while that's going, let's go ahead and start prepping our food. So our potatoes are done. So now we can just start meal prepping for our lunch. Yeah, so what we're gonna do is get our containers here. We're gonna get 5 for lunch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what I like to do is I like to take like a measuring cup, and I'll do like 1/2 cup of potatoes and 1/2 cup of broccoli and 1 egg. So I just scoop like as much as it'll fit into our little measuring cup here. Now we're just going to do our broccoli. So about 1/2 cup of broccoli per thing. Oops, take that with my finger. So that's it. Really easy, really yum. So the potatoes are definitely more of the heartier part of the meal prep for our lunch, so that's probably gonna be the one to fill us up the most. And our broccoli is super yum, and egg for our protein, right? Okay, so now that we've set up for our lunch, I'm just gonna let that cool down completely before I toss it in the fridge. So right now we're gonna go ahead and work on our dinner. So I have my salmon, and what I like to do is measure out. I have like a little measuring scale here for my food. And what I like to do for the salmon is, or if I'm doing chicken as well, I'll do 4 ounces. Just dump our salmon in our little container here. And we're gonna do the same process, about 4 ounces or so. So guess who woke up from her nap? Oh, this girl. So anyways, going back into our meal prep for dinner. So we have our salmon, and right now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take our asparagus. Okay, so honestly, I don't have a specific way of measuring it. Just make that kind of like divided evenly as possible. So we got our quinoa, and I'll do about 1/3 cup of quinoa. So I have my measuring cup here, 1/3 cup, and the quinoa actually smells really, really yummy. So I'll just take that and just put that in there. And that's basically it for our dinner prep. Just some asparagus and quinoa and salmon. So for snacks, I'll do like a Lara bar and an apple, or I'll do a carrot sticks with some ranch. So I do 2 of those. Carrot sticks, ranch, and Lara bar, or apple and Lara bar. Really just depends on what I had or what my preference was for that day. So that is basically it. That is just how I've been meal prepping for the past couple weeks for lunch and dinner. And then for my snacks as well. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys. Mommy Nearest or something like that, and it's a really cool app, and it kind of gives you like a whole bunch of things of like what area you're in, and it shows you some stores.